We here at the Game Studio Tracks always support any and all involved creation and distribution of a show we feature. We encourage any of those watching to support the official release. Thank you and enjoy the show. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Coming to you pre-recorded from our internet couch, this is the Gaming Saloon Rift Tracks for October 31st, 2015. With your host, Pacemaker2448.
Rampant Epsilon.
And a Tommy Gun 2442 that now wants a couch.
The Game Grumps have a couch.
We need a couch.
Oh.
We don't even come close to living together.
Yeah, that's
alright, we'll
so what is
figure
this
it out later.
we?
Yeah.
We'll figure it out later. But we all need a couch.
That'd have to be a long couch.
Anyway,
we figure it out.
we're gonna keep our look at Go Busters going, but first, anything interesting from the shows we've been watching? Okay, what the fuck? I swear, whenever I do anything with Firefox these days, it fucking affects everything. I'm getting an audible lag on things.
Yeah, I kind of could hear a little bit of that.
Like, is that a Firefox thing, or is that like a normal thing?
I don't know.
Oh.
It's been happening the last couple days.
Probably Firefox thing.
Fuck, of course it's a Firefox thing.
Anyway,
Browser I fucking like is not good.
Anyway, back to our original topic of what we've been watching. That was where you're supposed to take it back over.
I assumed you were gonna go somewhere with it, Glock, since you're the one who brought it back to that point.
Same
Well,
here.
I could talk about the Flash and how I freaking told you that he wasn't the same guy.
The same Orson Welles?
I told, my uncle even thought that he was Zoom, and I was like, nope, no.
I
He's
knew he
not
wasn't Zoom, but I'm like, no. Fuck you. You still have the body language of Orson Welles. The bad Orson Welles.
Harrison.
Yes, Harrison Wells.
I looked at it, I'm like, no, something up. He's not. He might have his own reasons for doing things, but honestly, I don't see it as bad this time. This time, honestly, I feel that he's almost got a connection to Zoom himself. Like, I feel like he legitimately himself wants to kill Zoom.
How the fuck does he even know about Zoom, since he's from a different parallel universe?
He's from the same parallel universe that Zoom is from.
You mean the one Jay Garrick's from?
Yes.
No.
And guess what? Yes.
That's a different universe.
Well, if it's a different universe, then Zoom has gone to more than one universe. As he's already stated, I need your help because Zoom has already destroyed my universe and now wants to destroy yours.
Oh. Was that in the episode? Because I don't remember him saying anything in the episode.
It was in the preview.
That's why I don't see the fucking preview these days.
Why?
Kinda have to watch it online, you know?
Oh, yeah. But yeah, I sat there and I was like, I knew it. I freaking knew it. And I was like, this guy's not evil as much as he is. He's just got a vendetta. That's my hunch.
Yeah, I don't get to see previews unless I see them linked on Twitter. Because, my copies of the videos, copies of the episodes, aka online copies of the videos that people post, don't have the previews attached to them.
Oh, wow.
So I'm like, well, I guess I'll just wait till next week to find out what the fuck's going on.
I'm telling you right now, it's getting crazy, and I know it's gonna be awesome.
I know Constantine's showing up on Arrow next week, mostly because I see people posting all the photos of fucking on set. Yeah, Constantine's next week, I know.
Everybody's freaking out about that, yeah.
Well, it's the first time we've had a guy from a canceled show show up on a different show, still as the same character, still in continuity.
True.
Still
It's
kind of
very true.
unprecedented.
Very, very true. But I'm happy with how this show has turned out. Like, when I first started watching it, it felt semi-slow, and then it kicked up and was like, it didn't let go of that grip the rest of the season. And even this season, it feels like it started off with a bang. Not as much, but still a bang. Arrow seemed even less of a bang, honestly. It was weird. Am I the only one with that feeling?
Arrow still feels like the main show, to be honest.
I mean, it's not so much that it doesn't feel like the main show as much as it is. It just felt like it isn't as energetic as it needs to be, considering all the crap that's happened in the past couple seasons.
That's because it's the darker show. Because it's the fucking not Batman show. It's how it's always been. Flash gets to be lighthearted, and a little bit more lighthearted because he doesn't have to deal with darker stuff that Arrow has to deal with. That's the contrast between the two.
Again, it's the darker show, which means there's a lot more on the line when it comes to his city.
Right.
Which means it should start off with more of a bang than what it did. It felt down, and I didn't like that for the season premiere of Arrow. I know that was a little while back, but I felt like we should talk about it.
It felt fine for what it is. Was just, hey, we're getting Ollie back into the swing of things, and we're getting people situated back into the new dynamic of the show.
I guess.
It's a slower start because we're building to a pretty big conflict. A conflict we haven't really seen since season 1. It's the slow burn, but it's a slow burn that will work. Because you also have to remember, both Flash and Arrow are having to do backdoor stuff for Legends of Tomorrow right now.
Yeah, I know. My main thing with Legends of Tomorrow, I know Captain Cold is going to be in it, so I want to know, Legends of Tomorrow take place, and how long is it, like, when does it take place in the universes, so that I know how long it's been since Captain Cold and Flash last talked? Because there's a lot of opportunity for Captain Cold to still be a villain, or transition to somewhat good guy, somewhat bad guy, more of an anti-hero type thing.
I'll put it this way, you will know when Legends of Tomorrow starts for the show, when the show literally tells you, because that's exactly what happened to Flash. We literally had like 2 episodes that went straight into what happened in the Flash, from Arrow's perspective.
True.
That's what's going to happen for Legends of Tomorrow. We're probably going to get 1 episode Tuesday, 1 episode Wednesday, and then we're going to go into Legends of Tomorrow. Hell, I think Legends of Tomorrow is supposed to be the break show, like Agent Carter is.
Okay.
I think that's what it's supposed to be. So, like, end of this, like, towards the end of, like, half this season, we'll probably go into Legends of Tomorrow. Probably.
Okay,
Because we've
I can
set up
see that.
Because we set up Firestorm, we've set up, we pretty much put Cold into a position where we're gonna pull him back out. But we still haven't gotten Hawkgirl, we still haven't, we just started to set up White Canary. We're not quite resolved with that yet. I assume, like, we're gonna resolve that either next week or the week after.
Yeah, I'm wondering what that's gonna be.
But like I said, like, both Arrow and Flash are having to pull, like, double duty of just like, hey, we still gotta do our show, but we gotta start building up that other show that we promise. And that show has a lot of characters, and we've got to build them, and we've got to put them in places, and we have to get the audience familiar with them, especially with how they're going to be at the start of that show. Because that show, from my understanding, is pretty much a one-shot. It's going to be a one-and-done show, and that's it.
Yeah.
So we ain't got time to fuck around with, like, a lot of character introductions. Like, we need to get introduced to these people, and we need to get going. As the guys behind Legends of Tomorrow have said, like, with what they have planned for the season, there is no repeat. They can't go back and just redo the first season with different tweaks on it. Nope, can't do that. So it means we got major shit in play for Legends of Tomorrow when it comes out.
My main thing, though, is I seriously want to eventually see Captain Cold as a possible drop-in, drop-out team member of the Flash.
Depending on how Legends goes, that might happen. It all depends.
That's what I'm hoping, because I know that Cisco and
Snow,
Cisco and old sister,
I can't think of her name, but yeah,
Golden. I'm gonna call her Golden. For some reason, I kept wanting to call her Goldilocks. Anyway, Goldie, her and Cisco have a thing. It's not exactly the most orthodox of things, but there's a thing. So, and he's gonna want to make sure that she's safe, and I feel like her connection to Cisco might lead him into trusting them more.
It all depends. Like, honestly, if you're expecting character development from Captain Cold, it's gonna happen in Legends now.
Yeah.
Like, we got Cold in a position to where we can easily transition him to Legends now. Which is the same with Firestorm. Our new Firestorm.
Yeah.
Which, like, again, that explains the whole reason why they only show the Doc in all the lineup Legends. Because they killed off the other half of Firestorm at the beginning of before this season before the season even fucking got started. It's like, oh.
Yeah.
I also think they actually duped people by actually putting in footage of Ronnie, and it's not going to be Ronnie. I think that's what they did.
Yeah. Well, the person that did it isn't actually visible. It's like a shadowy type. Yeah.
I swear it's like, oh yeah, Ronnie's in Firestorm, or Ronnie's in Legends of Tomorrow, and just they didn't say anything about it. It's like, oh. I could have expected that. But no, we just killed off Ronnie, like, in between seasons, and, like, we got a new Firestorm.
Yeah. But I'm honestly, I'm really happy with the way everything's set, because as big of a Marvel fan I am, this is kind of the type of stuff I really enjoy. Not so much... I'll just say it out loud right now, just flat honest. I don't like Superman. At all. He's the perfect superhero, and it gives him no interest. He's the perfect good guy, and I don't like that. I like to have some background that might give a little bit of insight, other than he was shot off of an alien planet after his alien family died, and by the way, the minerals on that alien planet are the only thing that create his weakness. Because that makes sense.
Actually, I believe it's an irradiated version of that.
Still, I mean, for some reason, when I look at Superman, I feel like it's too bland. Even with the weird supervillains, it's just like, I can look at Batman and think of so many different villains that just have so much character, it's ridiculous.
Well, speaking of Superman, did you watch the Supergirl premiere?
I watched that way before the premiere.
Well, now that it's officially premiered, we can, like, openly talk about it and not be like, oh, we saw it, we're just not going to talk about it.
It's alright. I mean, it looks pretty interesting for a show about Supergirl. Still kind of getting into that range of for me, but it actually does look a little bit more intriguing than normal, so...
Well, just to let you know, it is the highest rated comic book TV episode to date. By a mile.
I still stand behind The Flash, because so far that show has just...
That may be true, but... Supergirl, even though it leaked months earlier, still got more ratings than Flash and Arrow and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
And
How
Agent Carter.
did it leak so far ahead? The entire premiere.
Because the full episode got shown at Comic-Con and somebody probably got a hold of a copy around then.
Oh. That makes sense.
Yeah, because it officially debuted at Comic-Con. Like, people
Okay.
saw the full episode back at Comic-Con.
Yeah.
So, I wouldn't be surprised if someone got a hold of a copy then. But, honestly, like, with Supergirl, I felt like the show went, when I was watching the episode, I'm like, wait a minute, this is in the wait, is the trailer a fucking supercut version of the goddamn first episode? Oh my god, it is. No wonder it felt so fucking fast. The first episode is going a mile a fucking minute. Just being like, oh, we just gotta go through all this shit, and then we can, like, move on. And it's like, what the fuck? You're gonna stretch this out over, like, 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Like, breathe, damn it. No wonder I was hesitant. Hopefully this isn't the pacing we're gonna get for the rest of Supergirl, because fuck! We're gonna have no time for anything. Also, I think this is our second Black Jimmy Olsen. I believe Jimmy Olsen's Black in Man of Steel. I think. That or Jimmy Olsen's a chick in Man of Steel. I can't remember which. Yeah. So, I don't know. I'll wait till the second episode of Supergirl to really make an opinion on that one. Because it feels like the first episode's like, we just gotta introduce a whole bunch of shit in an hour so we can, like, do anything else besides intro shit.
Sure.
I'm like, fine. Arc 5's been good. I haven't got to watch the full episode yet. I've just seen the Raw. I haven't had the time to sit down and watch the subbed episode. All I know is, so goody. This little 3-episode run of just like, shit, damn. Oh goody. We'll see how these conversations go. Let's just say, based off like what we've seen and like what we know from like episode summaries. Oh no. Also, if you've seen, what is it, Enlightenment Paladin? I think that's in the new cards that got put out on Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm just gonna tell you right now that's in the show. Also, if it looks like time, if you feel like this looks like Time Gazer, well, that's because, well, it's kind of related to the child Time Gazer card. I think it's like Time Sword Magician.
Huh.
Yeah. Apparently, we got like the evolution of Time Gazer cards now. From little kid Time Gazer to regular Time Gazer to fucking rip your shit apart Time Gazer. But yeah. Once Upon a Time, still pretty decent. That show's just like a kooky little show I like to watch. I did not pay attention to Raw at all, so I don't know what the fuck happened this week. I honestly don't think I paid attention that much. And I think it was like, yeah, it's post Hell in a Cell now. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was good. It was a very interesting episode because it was pretty much primarily a flashback episode dealing with the whole end of season 2 thing. You know, that thing at the end of season 2, but I don't want to be specific about because I don't know how much you want me to spoil on that.
Be more up to Glock.
Like, do you want me to spoil, like, end of season 2 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. a little bit? Talk about this
Honestly, at this point, I don't think I'm gonna catch up. I really don't.
Gemma got absorbed into the obelisk that sent her to an alien planet.
Well then.
She was stuck there for 4,044 hours. I can't think of how many months that is, but that's like a few months. Now, I was looking at Reddit and they pointed out some interesting things of like, she ends up finding like a guy who was running security for a NASA mission that went to the planet, and the other 3 people besides him died because they went crazy from it. We don't know what it is, but some people theorize that this planet is Mogo, the living planet. Which, considering Marvel's track record these days, I wouldn't be surprised if they're like, oh yeah, that was Mogo, the living planet. But yeah, some people were annoyed because, like, Gemma kind of fell in love with the guy. I say it's more like, okay, we've been stuck together for like a couple months. We kind of have a attraction to each other, mostly because we're the only fucking 2 people on this planet. Literally. Also, it wasn't like consistent with her like previous like things, her previous PTSD from coming back. But people theorized that like maybe her story, which, bear in mind, this entire episode is told from her perspective. Like, we don't know how true it is. Which, they are setting up, like, her and, Fitz are going to try to go back to rescue the guy. Like, they're gonna find a way to go back and rescue him. Which might set up, like, a twist of, like, she just imagined him the entire time. She did survive on her own. Or, like, something other crazy, and it's just like, that's interesting. Let's see where this goes. But that was the entirety of the S.H.I.E.L.D. episode.
Doesn't.
Yeah. They even subtly put in there of, like, how Fitz was able to figure out that she was on a different planet. Because they try to launch a bottle into a portal with, like, information on how to find them. Well, the sand that got pushed through the portal by the bottle ended up getting into Fitz's hands, which is how he found out that Gemma was on a different planet. It was a neat little thing that they didn't really draw attention to, but if you pay attention, like, for the last... If you paid attention to every episode, it's like, oh... That's where that came from. So yeah. That's really it outside of talking about Ghost. No one wants to talk about sure. Oh yeah, Ruby fucking premiered this week. God damn it. I forgot about that. Damn it. Now I remember why I love and hate Ruby at the same time. I love it because it's good. I hate it because fucking goddamn it. Make episodes longer! In case you're wondering, Tommy, I have a gift from the new episode.
Oh god.
It's Blake.
Oh, it's funny. That's all you have to tell me, and I know exactly what it has to be.
That's going on the gift wall for when we stream.
Oh.
Fucking Blake. Just like, oh my god. See, this is what happens when you, like, take away her stoicism. She's just fucking silly as all hell. Also, she's so stereotypically a cat girl, it's ridiculous, and I love it.
I know it.
Fucking order big-ass ramen bowl with fucking, like, full fish in it.
Uh,
She about dies when it gets taken away from her. But yeah, Ruby's looking good for this volume. Doesn't seem like they really dipped in quality. Like, maybe the action scenes are a little bit slowed down, but that's like the only thing I noticed.
yeah, but maybe that's what it needs.
Yeah.
Maybe just that tone back, just a slight bit.
Yeah, speed it up for when like the big shit happens,
Right.
which I'm perfectly okay with.
I'm hoping that's what that was kind of.
I mean, it's still
aimed
good. I mean,
towards.
hell, they're still improving the show, which is like the best thing they could be doing because, you know, it's not like Volume 1 isn't like imperfect or is perfect. Like, there's problems with it. A lot of it is acting, mind you, at times.
True.
But we're dealing with people who are like amateur voice actors, so. Or like don't have that much voice acting experience. I won't say amateur, but don't have that much voice acting experience, so. But they're getting like famous people on the fucking show. I think they're getting John Young Bosch on the show.
Hmm.
And then you have the fucking Japanese dub that we're getting. That apparently the voice acting is like 5 times better, but they have like the usual cavalcade of voice actors for Japanese media doing that. And then we're getting a manga that deals with like the shit going on in the 4 trailers that we have no idea when and where this shit takes place. Granted, I think most people can agree that the Ruby one's like out of continuity, mostly because of character. Because that's not Ruby in that trailer, not really. Like, she's a little too badass to be Ruby. I don't know if that's terrible to say, but she kinda is. But like the other 3 are like perfectly in character. So yeah, nobody saw Shuriken Sentai. By the way, Gold's getting an upgrade where he gets a fucking poncho.
Yeah, I don't care.
He will be Superstar Ninja! And Blue gets like the fucking like super armor thing. Which means, I think at this point, only the girls have not gotten the super armor. Because I know Gold's gotten it, Yellow got it recently, Blue's getting it in the next few weeks, which, by the way, you're going to see someone from Go Busters showing up in Ninja if you pay attention to the Raws. Let's just say it will be his 3rd different... nope, it'll be his 2nd time playing the same character, but it's not the Go Busters one. He'll be playing Magic Yellow, because, spoilers. I got one of the, like, final 2 Rangers for Go Busters played Magic Yellow back in the day. And he'll be showing up in Ninja as Magic Yellow. And he's Blue's teacher, apparently. Again, this show's got 1,001 fucking cameos for not being the anniversary season. Which means they're trying to salvage the fucking ratings of the show, I swear to God, because this show's tanking, I have to think. Doesn't help that, like, the last couple Sentai shows have not been that good. So, Ghost! How do we love fucking with continuity?
I need to catch up.
I love how we just throw the Newton one in there and everyone's like, how the fuck does this work? Continuity does not work that way! Like, let me pull this up because, I had this on, like, someone, like, explained their theories on Tumblr. Of, like, what the fuck's going on. And one of it plays into with what you've been saying of, like, it has to deal with all the time travel bullshit going on with Paradox. And Surprise Future.
I mean, that's what I'm kind of getting the vibe of, because let's face it, there has been time travel shenanigans throughout anything that Drive has been connected with.
Mm-hmm.
So, who's to say that the fact that Ghost and Drive actually did interact, that some of that didn't transfer to Ghost?
Yeah. Well, there's like two possibilities this guy brings up. The first one is it has to deal with Movie Tyson Genesis. You know they go back in time, right? In there
Right.
too. They go back to 2005. He suggests that their going back in time is controllable and that Takaru tried to stop by and try to save himself at the end. Save himself, but he ended up getting caught up in the plot of Surprise Future, and by extension, like the stuff that led to the Newton creation, or the Newton icon, and like the last episode of Drive.
I could see that.
Another one is essentially because of all the timey-wimey bullshit going on with Paradox, Ghost kind of got pulled back in time without realizing it, and that's what led him to get the Newton icon. And he references Justice League Unlimited's two-parter, the Once and Future thing, where like if time starts getting messed with pretty bad, things kind of just happen. Like people kind of float in and out of time. So Ghost may have got pulled back in time a few months, and then again led to the creation of Newton.
Huh.
Because once more, we have no idea where the fuck Newton came from. But again, like these are just fan speculations of what the fuck's going on. Other than that, it's a big continuity issue, which, considering Toei wants to have, and this is true, apparently, have all of their shows, in terms of Tokusatsu, be in continuity with each other, yeah, that doesn't work. You can't just retroactively make everything in continuity without there being issues. And guess what? There's fucking issues. Like, it wouldn't be bad if we didn't have this 99-day time limit thing happen, but... Or, like, we had a shorter time span for Drive in terms of, like, when the Newton icon showed up in that show. But, like, even if you take the end of the episode as some type of lead-in to what the fuck happened in Drive, we still don't know. Like, it still doesn't line up because not that much time passes between the end of that episode and the next episode.
Yeah.
So, essentially, I put it as, I'm just going to assume that time travel is involved in this, and that Takaru got thrown back in the past, got thrown into the story of Drive at some point, either because of Genesis or because of Surprise Future. He got the Newton icon off screen, and there was a fight, he lost it, the guy picked it up. He was kind of chasing it down from then on, and eventually got it back thanks to Drive, and we're just going to hop forward back in time from there.
It's probably the best way of going about it.
Yeah. Other than that, just don't think about it. Just be like, oh, hey, he's got Newton, because, we're not gonna worry about it.
Yeah, because you know what's... Wait. You know what I just thought about?
What?
Yes, the Drive special with Ghost could technically have happened before this week's episode. But in theory, it could have happened between any episodes thus far.
Well, the problem is, you have the flashback that's like a month before that episode, and Ghost is in that flashback. That's the problem. There is a month time gap there that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Because remember, that flashback is before the final arc of the show, and we know at the end of the show, it's been about a month since the end of the show. So even if that happens like right before all the shit with Bono happened, there's still a month gap that does not exist for Ghost. Literally doesn't exist. So I just say, we're just gonna off-screen it with time travel bullshit, and we're just gonna not worry about it.
Question.
What?
How long has Spectre been a rider?
We don't know. And I know what you're thinking, and that's my idea.
That could be a possibility they play off.
Yeah. Like, my idea was just like, Spectre was the one responsible for Newton. Like, it doesn't help to explain the time gap, but it does explain where the fuck Newton came from. Is that somehow Spectre was involved in it, he just didn't get it. Which, we can confirm that the icons can be stolen.
Right.
Because Spectre is going to be using Edison in the next few episodes. So it's not like the icons are specific to anyone. We just don't know how long Spectre's been in operation. And that was just my assumption of like, hey, the Edison one came from there. And then once you start adding in the time gap stuff, and it's just like, well, Spectre can be responsible for Edison, but there's more to than there's more going on with Ghost's appearance. But again, this is what happens when you try to retroactively make everything fit in continuity. It doesn't work. Especially if you're not on the same fucking page.
Yeah.
Which apparently no one was for this, because it's like, oh yeah, we do have this whole fact that we do know how long we are between episodes of Ghost. So... yeah.
Kinda... yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because it makes it painfully obvious at the beginning of this that 11 days have passed.
Yep. This is why I don't want to, like, even attempt to think about, like, a fucking comprehensive timeline of Toei shows, because I'm like, no, if I do, my head will literally explode from all of the continuity errors that will exist, because there will be.
You know the best way that they could keep all of the Rider shows in continuity? Don't do crossovers. Because that's literally where it breaks them.
Well, here's the thing, it's not just the Rider shows. It's the Sentai shows, and the Metal Heroes, and everything else Tokusatsu-wise Toei owns. All of them are in the same timeline. All of them are in the same universe.
But
See where this gets worse?
But I mean, if you eliminate the crossovers, you could effectively say that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because case in point, if Ghost and Drive never had a crossover, we wouldn't be having the problems we're having right now.
I know.
With trying to piece that continuity together. We could just simply say, okay, somewhere from the end of all of Drive's stuff to the beginning of this, that's where it's happening.
Yeah.
It could be the next day, it could be the next month, whatever. But it would be easier to write it off that way.
Yeah.
And then take some time to step back and do like novels or some kind of something to fill that gap to make it work. Because I think that's the problem. They're rushing this super hard, and then it's like, no, that didn't work.
Yeah.
And now you can't fix that.
Yeah, they're trying to retroactively put everything in continuity, and it's like, that's not going to work. Because you have different writers who are not on the same page on what needs to happen. Like, you need to do what Marvel does, where it's like, we are all on the same page, we know what happens between point A and point B in our timeline.
Like,
and you can't overstep your bounds.
Like, even if they made subtle nods to The Last Rider, and then still do the crossover movies, and let the movies be the reason why the continuity between the two shows works.
Yeah.
Because I feel like there's less problems out of those movies than there is when they do the crossovers.
Yeah. Of course, the big thing people cite when I say that, it's like, well, why the fuck doesn't anyone call in anyone else over the course of like the sequels after Avengers? And I'm like, you do realize that all of those movies happened within a week, right? Like Iron Man 3, Cap 2, and Thor 2 all happened within the time span of a week.
Well then.
All of it. So,
then.
yeah, everyone was kind of busy. Like, or not Thor Ragnarok, Thor Dark World. Like, Thor's being busy with the fucking Dark Elves, Cap's busy, like, dealing with S.H.I.E.L.D., fucking Iron Man's busy dealing with some asshole in AIM. Like, everyone was busy. The only person who wasn't busy was the Hulk. The only reason people don't call him in is because no one wants to be the one calling the Hulk.
The only time they call the Hulk in is when they need someone smashed.
Right. And it's like, this is not big enough for me to call in the Hulk to risk shit going down. It's not. And the only reason we don't call in Hawkeye is because it's fucking Hawkeye. We don't need a bow and arrow right now. We need something bigger. Like, we need someone bigger than Hawkeye's, but smaller than the Hulk, and unfortunately, no one exists in that range. At least not until, like, Daredevil showed up, and, like, we're getting more superheroes. So, anyway.
Go
Mind if I touch on the figure arts news we've gotten?
for it.
Time Machine Nations 2015 got us a bunch of teases and a bunch of looks at shit. So, let me pull up the Drive Tumblr because we don't have photos of the Ghost stuff at all. All we know is we know what's there. God, this Firefox lag affects fucking iTunes. How the fuck does that work?
Maybe they coded something wrong and it's something like how Chrome does. Because with Chrome, if you've got a Windows Explorer window up, every time you switch pages, it'll make the open folder sound.
It's even affecting it's even affecting GameFox. Because I can hear the same audio distortion off you.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Anyway, we're getting an SIC Kamen Rider Drive and Gaim, and they both look pretty cool.
I saw the Drive one and I like it.
Yeah, the Gaim one is very much like a traditional samurai armor.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Like the Muso Saber, it looks like a traditional katana with holster or like sheath and all.
Ooh.
Like it's really elongated.
I want.
But still, no Forze, and I'm like, can we get Forze so we can at least complete the collection of these guys? Like the Heisei Phase 2 guys? Please? I'm not gonna get SIC stuff, because that's like... The SIC stuff's pretty big. Like, it's taller than 6 inches. I don't remember the exact scale SIC's at, but it's pretty big. It's bigger than Figure Arts. We got the Veil of Triumph Trider on Figure Art, which we only got like the 2 photos and 1 pose of it, but it looks pretty good. So no confirmation of any of the tire combinations or anything else really. It's just like, hey, here's the figure. We are going to get a Chaser Mock figure to like have some people surprised and some people's like, well, duh, it's an easy repaint. And by repaint, I mean just like sticking different parts on it, because it's literally like just like half of the Chase body, half of the Mock body, and that's it.
Yeah, cut them both in half and then glue them together. Ta-da!
Well, it's not even glued in half. Like all the parts that the swap out are separate parts. It literally is. Like, I know how Figure Arts like separates out its parts from the looks of it, and like you could easily just swap those parts out. I think people did it. Right? No, people haven't done it yet because Chase doesn't come out. Well, Rider Chaser doesn't come out till like end of, I think, January, I believe. We are getting a Figure Arts Brain, not Ultimate Evolution, just regular Brain. Same. We got in the Heart earlier this year. We are getting Golden Drive. So we are getting Asshole Drive. And then again, a look at the exclusive Proto Drive. Outside that, we got confirmations of we are apparently potentially looking at a renewal Indagava Zeba, the main bad guy from Kuga, along with a renewal Ultimate Kuga, Which I'm not sure what they could do different with Ultimate Kuga, because Ultimate Kuga is damn near perfect. Because I have an Ultimate Kuga. And it's gorgeous. Like, the only thing it might be missing is the fact that Ultimate Kuga does have weapons according to, like, one source from one thing way back in the day, and the, like, Senchaku Hanshin figure, like, it comes with, like, black versions of the Rising weapons. So, like, the Rising Swords from Titan, the Rising Staff from Dragon, and the Rising Bowgun from Pegasus. I'm probably saying these things and you're like, what the fuck are these stuff? Like, I don't know what you're talking about. I know you're familiar with Ultimate Kuga.
Yeah.
I think you've seen, like, the Kuga weapons. Yeah, you have, because I think, like, Decade using them in this fight against Kiva. And I know at least, yeah, like, the bowgun, the whole drawback bowgun from the green form.
Yeah.
And the staff, and then the sword. Imagine those with, like, more pointy golden bits, and, like, in black, and that's the weapons. We are potentially getting a renewal Gattack. We are going to get Kabuto and Gattack spikes, from the looks of it. At least. I'm not sure about a renewal Gattack. We are probably also getting a renewal The End. So, it looks like the renewals is branching out into the secondary riders as well. Which, again, those secondary riders came out around the same time as those main riders. So, again, the renewals are going through time. The Black Lemon Energy Arms Gaim, Ringo Arms Baron, Dragon Fruits Energy Duke, and another look at Lord Baron. And then we did get to see, again, like, the Gaim stuff we did get pictures of. I don't think we've gotten pictures of, like, the Lemon Energy Arms before, and definitely Ringo Arms. But we have seen, like, I believe Dragon Fruit Energy Duke before. And I know we've seen Lord Baron before, because it was in the initial, like, big Gaim display of, like, here's all the shit we're probably going to make because you'll fucking buy it.
Yeah.
Because Gaim fucking sells. But we got Ghost Ore, Edison, and Robin Hood, and Newton all on display. No photos of them just yet. Spectre is there. Okay, I'm wrong. Spectre's bike's not on display, but Ghost Spike is on display, the Machine Ghost Striker. And Urison is apparently on display as well as a figure art. Who may or may not be a pre-order bonus, just like how Ank's Hand was back in the day for O's. Because Ank's Hand was a pre-order bonus if you picked up O's back in the day. I have that pre-order bonus because I got bundled with the O's I picked up. It's not a quite accurate Ankh, but it's an Ankh hand to float around on a stand. They released like a 3-pack of hands for a new set. But the weird thing is, those hands, the actual hand parts, aren't compatible with the Ankh proper figure, like the full Ankh figure.
Huh.
Which is weird, because you'd think they would do that. But I think it's like something with the ball joints. It's like, it's not quite compatible. But that's like all of the figure arts news we've heard. We got scans. I don't know if you want to talk about the scans.
We can.
Spectre's little brother is apparently dead and living in one of the Genma icons. I believe that's going to be the official name for him. I don't know. I've heard that being called that, but again, we have like no word on what the fuck those things are. Trying to find the scans on the Ghost Rider News Tumblr. Spectre showing up next episode. That's no surprise. He was in the fucking preview. Where is it? That's not the right scans. Santa Claus icon will be, I think, a Gamba Rising exclusive, along with Kamehameha and a special Ore icon. I'm going backwards because they're all on separate pages. Genesis scans that show Da Vinci along with Michelangelo and Raphael. No Donatello. Surprisingly enough, no Donatello.
The one reference they could have made.
Although I don't think technically Donatello's like in that group. Technically speaking. He's like the off one.
Okay, but they still could have done that just to make the reference.
Although the colors don't match up. I don't think. Well, it would have like also went further with the reference is what I was meaning.
Yeah.
We're getting Billy the Kid in the next few episodes. He will have dual guns thanks to the back clock? Yes, the back clock. We'll get double pistols along with the rifle mode. Which Billy the Kid looks cool. I dig the outfit. We're also getting Beethoven. Yay. And all of the music manipulation shit. Which the gamma from that episode, or gamma in the scans from this, is the original, like, on-set footage we saw from back in the day. Yeah, so the footage we saw is this upcoming episode with Beethoven. Because it's that gamma we saw fighting. Spectre will be using Nobunaga and Edison. And he will also be using Tutankhamun. And I think in a hyper battle video or a DVD special, we will be getting EQ. Or EQ. EQ? IKKYU? The face has a question mark on it. Apparently it will have something to do with the quiz. So yeah. That I believe is all our scans. We did a trailer for Genesis like today as well, along with a new trailer for we got a new trailer for both Genesis. We got a new trailer for the movie, we got a new trailer for the game. So
I wonder if they meant to do that, or if that was just a coincidence.
Probably, even though the game Genesis isn't coming out till February.
Yeah, but you think about it. There's different time frames for developing games and movies.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of wondering if that was intended, or if that was just they both decided to do that, and then it was this is going to be confusing.
Yep. But yeah, in case you're wondering, we'll talk about this tomorrow for TGS. TGS is tomorrow. I'll leave all that for tomorrow.
AKA for yesterday.
Yes. Because I have thoughts on Battle Report Genesis.
Or if you guys missed it yesterday on the stream, you can say it tomorrow when it goes up on YouTube.
Right. Anyway, anything else before we move on?
Besides, I don't think Glock's actually paying any mind to us. And I think that just verified that.
Damn it, why does GameBox not have a poke?
GameBox needs a poke.
Yeah.
That way it can go, hey, wake up.
What?
We're ready to move on to Go Busters.
Oh, God. Okay, hold on.
Well, as he's trying to kill himself.
Oh, my back.
Take a look at episodes 5 and 6 of Go Busters, Dangerous, Overheated Rampage, and Combined Go Buster-O.
Do y'all mind if I go fix a plate real quick?
I guess since I'm introducing the episodes, we're not
back.
gonna watch them just yet. So we get a Blue Focus episode on his weak point, and we finally get Go Buster O. Who's excited?
I guess it's about time though, because
Except
they've been, thank God, not been spamming it.
oh, don't worry, they'll get spammy with Go Buster O eventually.
Oh, I know it.
Although I will say this, I don't think looking back on it, Go Buster O looks that good. I don't think.
Well then.
I don't know. But I'll have to I'll re-look at it when we're watching these two episodes, or this episode 6, and I'll say something then. But I'm like, no, Go Buster O don't think it looked that good. Granted, there's some other sillier ass fucking combinations we've gotten in the course of fucking Go Busters, so. Like when we get the fucking Go Buster King and what's the big 5 one called? I can't remember what the 5 one called is. I don't think is it Great Go Buster O? It might be Great Go Buster O. But we get some sillier ass looking combinations that are a bit clusterfucky. Not as clusterfucky as G12 from Go Oncher. Or RPM Ultra Zord, if you're an RPM fan. That is the epitome of clusterfucky to me. That, the final Megazord combination for Samurai and slash Shinkenger. Nothing from Ghost Sager I think got very clusterfucky. There's a big combination Ghost Sager has that's just dumb. I forgot the name of it, but there's that one. Hell, Go Catcher doesn't even get anything clusterfucky. Their final combination is combining Gokaio, Daijujin, and the RPM Zord. And that's it. That's their final Megazord combination. And it's not really that clusterfucky outside of, yeah, we just kind of pull 2 Zords off of here to stick these parts on and just not worry about them. And that's it.
Huh.
Yeah, they just pull the legs off, and it's just we're just gonna plug these on and just ignore that those parts exist now. Which sometimes you just kind of have to do. Anyway. How you feeling going into these 2 episodes?
Feeling good to get back into it.
You curious to see how Blue Buster has the best yet worst fucking weak point of the team?
Yeah, kinda.
I'm looking through Twitter at the moment because I have nothing else to say.
Yeah.
Twitter, give me something to talk about! We have nothing for you to talk about. God damn it, Twitter! Why you fail me?
When Twitter fails, check Tumblr.
There's nothing on Tumblr.
Oh.
Also, what the fuck's up with icons on TweetDeck right now? Jesus. I have super small images for some reason. Or not, super small icons on there for some reason.
Huh.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck's going on. The only thing I see on there is Lavender Scanlation says their next chapter of Mega Ruby Alpha Sapphire Adventures going up tomorrow. Oh, we do have a picture that does kind of confirm what some people are saying. Like, we see the Indug of Azeba in Kuga Ultimate. We also get a peek at the Ghost display, which is like a pile of icons and figures on those icons. I think it also confirms the Wing Knight, or not Wing Knight. Crap, I can't think of the Ryuki name. Knight's survive bike monster. The bat that turns into a bike. Just like how we have the dragon that turns into the bike for Ryuki. It is Knight. I was confused there for a second because I'm like, it's not Knight. But it is. It's just like Dragon Knight has Dragon Knight and Wing Knight, and Ryuki only has Knight. Oh, I should toss you the image of the guy Miss I see, because I don't think you've gotten a chance to see that.
No, sure haven't.
Kind of looks like a couple customs I've seen with the shoulder pad.
Ooh, yeah. I like that.
Yeah. I may not get SIC, but I dig like some of their designs at times. Sometimes I think the aesthetic goes too far, but I dig their design sometimes. Like the fucking Rebirth suit for Date, I'm like, I want a regular version of that in Figure Arts, just so Date doesn't have fucking Proto-Birth, like, nerfed suit for eternity. Like, he has his own proper birth suit.
Sorry about that, guys.
So, Glock, what do you think going into these two episodes?
I think I've got food and I'm ready to rock and roll.
I wouldn't do it like that. I wouldn't rock and roll with food. Might not end well.
Everything's worth a first time, right?
No.
Anyway, we all set?
Yes.
Yep.
Alright, take a look at episode 5 of Go Busters here in 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, this delay.
Damn, starting straight off with the intro. No cold opening! So is the opening still growing on you?
Yeah.
I like it.
Poor USADA, he can do fucking dick and all in this goddamn show. I could charge it. All he could do is like charge at someone menacingly with his wheels, and that's it.
I hope you're not being serious.
No, USADA does like dick and all in this show, I swear.
Can't he, like, I don't know, grab them and freaking grind their faces with his wheels?
No.
Why not? That would be brutal and amazing. I do really like the song, though.
Wait, what? Okay, apparently it's not just Guy we're getting SICs of. Vera, Ryuga, and Zangetsu are all getting SICs.
Ooh.
Yeah, but she's got the images showing them. It's just like, wow.
Oh, did y'all hear about Nuka-Cola Quantum?
No.
We're making a real live Nuka-Cola Quantum. He sold at Target.
Hmm.
On the same day that Fallout 4 comes out.
Yeah, still never gonna get those figures, by the way.
Do what?
The fucking Megazord figures
Oh.
that they're playing with on set.
Uh-huh.
That little thing in the background. That's a little just like. Nick, stop using USADA as a bat. Also, I swear that van disappears in like 3 episodes. I think the bike's the only vehicle that sticks around. Did you just speak random words in other languages just because you feel like it?
Yeah, pretty much.
What the fuck here?
Question.
What?
Do we know the current number of the amount of times they've thrown their sunglasses off?
You'd have to keep track of that. I don't remember the website, the address for the website. I think they shut it down after a while.
I would assume so.
Because everyone got tired of counting. I assume it's a stupidly big now by the end of the show.
What's this? What?
I assume it's a stupidly big amount by the end of the show. Even though the other 2 Rangers don't have sunglasses to throw.
I really can't hear you, sorry. I had to turn my freaking video down.
Other 2 Rangers don't have sunglasses to throw.
Oh. Okay. What does that have to do with anything?
Well, it means the count's a little lower than you'd probably expect it to be.
Oh. Wait, where's... Oh, there he is.
Yeah, he's kind of the one escorting the truck.
Okay.
Sir, you should be obeying traffic laws. That's a fancy focus.
Uh-huh.
My camera can't even focus properly at times.
Seriously.
I'm sure a lot of photographers envy him for that camera.
This doesn't even look like that good of a camera.
Hey, we all know the Decade does.
Oh, God. What's hilarious is that, like, a friend of mine in my physics study group has a camera that looks like his.
Oh,
Except
God.
it's like, here's the thing, except it's like a $5,000 camera. But like, if it had a pink case to it, it would look like Decade's camera.
Oh, wow.
Because it's shaped just like it. Except it's, I think it's digital instead of, like, film.
Huh.
I think. It might be,
A
it might still be film.
A lot of them I found out are made to look like film cameras, but are actually digital.
Oh.
Because well, I mean, there's 2 different types of cameras. There's the digital and the film, and they both have their specific spots where they're better.
Mm-hmm.
So a good photographer usually has one of both.
Yeah.
But yeah. Excuse me.
Well, because I got to look through the camera. I didn't like see any photos taken from it, but I got to look through the camera. I could see like a bit of where the images Decade takes come from. Because there is like this kind of like darkening effect around the edges of at least the viewfinder.
Uh-huh.
But how the fuck he gets those images, I have no idea. I'm tempted to introduce Decade to my study group just to be like, I want you to see the first 2 episodes of the show.
Oh God.
I'm very tempted to see if I can introduce them to Tokusatsu and see where it goes.
I would strongly recommend you have them watch it without seeing us complain about the show, and then
obvious,
and then let them say that and be like, yeah.
I'm sorry, I have to say this. Smoke it!
By the way, Blue's a dick now.
Yeah, because he's too hot. No, that's not a joke. That's literal.
I know.
Yeah, but some of the fans might not. They might have hopped in later. I don't know.
I will say it's a nice touch that they have his voice distorted over time.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
See how he has the best and worst weak point of the team? It's like we're red and yellow. Like, if they have their weak points exploited, they'll be useless, but they won't get anybody killed. Blue, on the other hand, will not just get somebody killed, he'll be the one doing it.
Has there ever been a murder on this show? And I mean a legit murder by Blue?
Don't think so. Unless you count the Vagras.
Unless you count who?
The Vagras? You know, the bad guys?
Oh.
Then sure. And Token Nation immediately reporting on the SIC reveal. Because no one saw that coming, because no one was reporting anything else SIC-wise besides Gaiman Drive.
And Blue's about to start beating the crap out of Yellow.
Probably. Just kick him really hard in the nuts. That'll fix it.
Yeah, that'll knock him out.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I don't see what she has a problem for. I mean, he's fighting the bad guy.
Yeah, I'd let him at least finish that and then kick him in the nuts.
Yeah.
Right, because here's the problem. He's not done.
Okay, well now would be the moment to talk to him and try to calm him down.
Yeah. Glock, there's no calming him down. This whole, like, asshole personality of him, that's his weak point. You only really get back from that if you cool him down. Literally cool him down.
Jesus, dude.
That or he overheats enough to pass out.
He literally threw ice on him.
Yes. He was kind of in a pinch, so...
He didn't do anything to you. He
Um,
punched the wall beside you.
Also, threats. That too.
Also,
And-
what?
Also, threats.
Well, yeah. I feel like the blue. I feel like the blue robot. I don't know his name.
Gorosaki.
Yeah, I feel like he's gonna be the one that's in that situation most often.
Well, he is Blue's buddy. That fucking look.
Yeah.
I would say less TV villain and more TV serial killer.
So have they always lived with these freaking
Buddy
weak points?
Yeah. They've had him ever since, like when they got ported out by their parents.
Ported out, huh?
Teleported out of the laboratory. Remember the flashbacks?
I'm trying to think. Somewhat. I think I can remember somewhat.
Oh god.
How old were they?
Depends on who you're talking about.
All three of them.
I think 10 years off all their ages?
Around 10 years old?
No, 10 years off their current ages.
What are their current ages?
Yoko's 16. Blue, I think, is 28. Can't think of Red's age, but it's in the opening. Like, the little card that shows their current ages.
So an 18-year-old is transported out of a laboratory and suddenly has this overwhelming urge to kill people whenever he is overheated.
Yes.
And nothing has happened yet?
They don't talk about it, so you can imply whatever you damn well please, I guess.
Okay. Oh look, Enetron.
That's what they've been transporting the entire episode.
Yes, I know. I didn't realize that Enetron was actually on the side of the thing, though.
You can see it in previous shots!
I honestly didn't pay attention that much to it, so... At least what's clean? What is it?
Hanky?
Oh.
The fuck do you think it is?
What was that?
What?
The whole... Good job! And he, hand up almost like he was doing an uppercut thumbs up.
That's this week the next hey, you're being a nice person for once. Also, we're hiding up the size change there. Nice job.
Yeah.
Yoko's, I think, 5 inches shorter than her suit actor.
Size change? What are you talking about? There's no size change.
Bullshit.
No, that's perfect proof right there. You didn't see their heights didn't change.
So you're telling me Takeru's height doesn't change?
No! Why would you think that? It's the same person.
Or Tamari's. Because Tamari is taller than his suit actor.
Same person. There's no height difference. That's just your mind playing tricks on you.
It's easier with Ryder to hide it. Because there's less people you've got to worry about.
Also, just in case you're wondering, technically all of the riders are the same height. At least from Kuga onward. Because they're all played by the same suit actor. So technically they're all the same height. So that's probably why all the figure arts are technically the same size. You think?
More protecting, less spoiling.
And you say tomato, I say tomato.
Chicken.
Oh, God damn
Come on.
Gotta love those stupid ass weak points.
So obviously they can't do crap without their freaking third.
Its helicopter can turn into a rabbit. I'm sure it's got its. Never mind. I was about to say, I'm sure it's got its strengths. That was a perfect ass landing.
Yeah, it would never landed like that.
It's a giant robot.
Yeah, I hate to break up the moment, but they're still the guy.
And the two of them will take it down because, Red's still frozen.
That and, friendship is magic.
Poor guys, they've been fucking dealing with bullshit all fucking day. And they have nothing to combat it.
I wonder how many people they go through on a daily basis just to keep their business employed.
But well, there are a lot of people, if you believe the dance sequences and all the stock footage.
Yeah, if you believe that. Yeah, he is.
Still working on it.
Smack. There, now he's not looking at it.
It would have been hilarious if he turned around and there's the fucking chicken again.
And he got frozen.
Froze mid victory pose.
That would have been funny. And down.
And
Hmm.
that's what you get for talking shit. So, any thoughts on episode 5?
Do what?
Any thoughts on episode 5?
Okay, I'm sitting here waiting on Glock to say something, and he's just like taking forever and a day to decide to say anything.
Because I don't know what to say. It's interesting.
I think that was a good way of showing his weakness there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And kind of showing that, yeah, this has not really been anything to worry about up till now, really. Because that's kind of what he was saying there about how it's just going to get worse from here, that it's kind of good it happened now.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of puts you in the mindset of it's not so much that he hid it, it's just so much that he's never really had to worry about it either.
Yeah. I mean, how often do you like overheat?
Living in Japan or living in Georgia?
In general.
Well, general depends on the average temperature of Earth. I have to be complicated, okay? You can't expect me to give a simple answer.
Well, as an update, we do have pictures of the Ghost display now. And by pictures, I mean they're absolute garbage at times.
You would think I'd learn to start cutting it off when we freaking get the Tyson stuff.
You mean the movie wasn't amazing?
You would think I'd have half a sense to cut it off at that point and just ignore it.
So the movie wasn't super radically amazing awesome.
Block, if you want to watch it, you can have fun watching it.
Oh god.
And as a second update, apparently we're also getting an SIC heart.
Wow. Oh.
Dang.
Yep, apparently that's on display. But yeah, we don't get a good look at the Figure Arts Ghost, to be honest. Like, kind of, but... Like, the best shot is a bit blurry, and the rest are from a shit angle. But it looks like Ghost is probably just going to come with the Gongon Saber. And that's it. In terms of weapons. We're not going to get, like, any of the other modes. Like, Edison's probably coming with gun, and Musashi's coming with dual swords, but... it doesn't look like... potentially, Ghost is coming with anything else. Which is a slight disappointment, but not too surprising. I think people people were calling that from the get-go. Anyway, ready to start episode 6?
Yep.
Yep.
Alright, starting episode 6 here in 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah. I don't know, like, who will get the Naginata mode, to be honest.
Let me guess, simulation.
I don't want to spoil the surprise, but yes. Bullshit! Well, at least it's not something worse.
Do they ever not fight?
Not really.
You're
be
missing
honest.
why he did that, though. It's gonna piss him off and he's gonna fucking do it. It's giving him that push.
Mm-hmm. Oh shit, we got fucking Marvel figure arts confirmations.
Dang.
We're apparently getting a Stark, a Hall of Armor. I'm guessing like display cases for some of the Iron Man armors, a Hawkeye, and a Black Widow. Yes. Now, if they can only do the fucking rest of the Marvel heroes, I might be interested in doing the Marvel hero figure arts. Because I do want a display of all the fucking heroes from the MCU. And unfortunately, no one has really a complete set of that yet. I think the closest we have is Marvel Legends. I think Marvel Legends is the closest, to be honest. But I don't think we have Daredevil in... Yeah, we don't have Daredevil yet. I know they're not doing the 3 3/4 stuff, which is what I have of the Marvel of the MCU guys, and yeah, there's nothing of the Guardians in that, or really anyone outside of the Avengers, which sucks. Well, that's smart. Well, guess they know where the base is now. You have a very one-track mind, don't you, Messiah?
Pretty much.
Does he not have any other name other than Majesty?
Messiah? Like I just said. His name
Aren't
is
they
actually...
pretty much the same thing?
No, Majesty is just what Enter calls him.
But you know, well, I guess Saya is more of like a holy, isn't it?
Yes. I was about to say, I don't think he's going to tell you either way. Meanwhile, enter Taz found their base. Or at least one part of their base.
Yeah.
Hey, and those goggles actually do something! Even though he's Bagras, so why does he need goggles to do that for him? I mean, that's a legitimate question, isn't it?
I want to say that he might be different from the others. Sorry, I'm laying down while I'm watching.
Welp. Welp. Hi, people who can't do shit to us. Well, that's plenty of time. Look at our heroes being intelligent with the enemy junk. Like, we capture one of their Megazords. Put it in the farthest thing from our base. Just in case.
What? Good guys being intelligent?
We've all fallen silent just watching the show.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, as an interesting piece of trivia, the SIC heart's based off Heart's original design, not the one we got in the show.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. Kinda couldn't quite do the original design. So we have the modified one for the show. Well then, just evaporate it, why don't you? Well, why don't you program them to be smarter? Well, this is bad.
Yeah.
That's super bad. And then all this work for this underground base will have gone to waste.
Yep.
Look at all the fuck Center gives. Dick move?
Yeah.
To be fair, he is replaceable. Along with the robot. That's a lot of faith.
Well then.
It's like, you'll save us before this place explodes. All these fucking stairs! But by the way, Ace is the only one who gets to be special enough to have 2 entrances. Wouldn't be faster with the cheetah? That was quick.
Yeah, and actually spot on precision too.
That's rare. I was about to say, throw it at him. It'd be useful for that.
They could still smack him with it.
Yeah. Well, that's half the problem down.
I swear they always get to take the little one down.
Mm-hmm. And we forgot about the big one.
Well, he was standing there watching the show.
Pretty much. Okay, we don't need the fucking countdown for 25 seconds! That was super close. Oh, that spliced the gear footage right there. Jesus. And somehow you're not blown up too? Fuck practice. We're gonna do this one live. And I gotta port in that replacement. And stick a bunch of shit on it. So what do we think of Go Buster O?
Don't look as forced together as I've seen some of them.
Yeah.
It actually looks like there was thought go into this one.
Yeah. Now just imagine if their cockpits were still in the heads. Blue would be upside down, and red and yellow would be on the fucking shoulder pads. Also, for some reason, even though they are within very close proximity to each other, they're still in their separate cockpits. Why? I don't know. They just are. GoBusters has this weird thing of like, we can have a team cockpit. Also, I like how the little trick of them pulling off their helmets is just them having the helmets in front of their heads and acting like they're pulling them off. They're literally just holding it in front of their face. They're not actually pulling the helmet off in any capacity. Also, we now get a slightly different ending. I don't know why we're getting a slightly different ending, but we do.
Raisins.
So 6 episodes in, we still good about Go Busters?
Yeah. I think Glock might be done
Probably.
because he's been awful quiet.
Mm-hmm.
I said Glock's been awful quiet.
He's out.
Yep.
There's no getting him back. He's like you in that respect. Once you're out, there's just no coming back. Well, we went and broke Ace just after we got the fucking combination. And god damn it, Malwarebytes, go to fuck away. Stop popping up. You only gotta deal with these for like 4 more weeks of episodes, I think.
And that's 4 more weeks of episodes more than I want to deal with them.
I mean, it's not like there's like 6 different movies attached to this goddamn series.
Not
that we're
yet.
seeing footage for.
Not yet.
Aww. But don't you like all these movies?
No. Boy, I'm looking at the Drive Tumbler right now, and the lighting for the SIC Heart one is just not the best.
Yeah, but you at least get a sense of what the design looks like.
Yeah.
That is a bit different than what we got in the show. Even my SIC standards. You also get to see super dead heat. Which again, easiest fucking repaint in the world. Also, there's nothing in that fucking driver, I think.
Yeah, there's not.
Unless the key's super blending in, like there's nothing in the driver.
I don't think there's anything in the driver. I zoomed in and you can't see anything there. It looks like it's a blank driver.
Oops. Oh, do you see the Figure Arts Ghost pictures?
Yeah.
Yeah. We get one good shot of Ghost, and that's about it. Like we get a good shot of Edison, kind of.
Yeah, whoever's taking these pictures are not getting good shots of it.
Well, to be fair, this is a part of the don't take pictures of this shit area, so we kind of have to
True.
try to be inconspicuous about snapping these photos.
True. But still, I mean, could you not at least get a little better lighting?
I mean, hell, we got good pictures of fucking Ryugen and Zangetsu, and those are at fucking angles. The Baron one kind of sucks because it's all in shadow, but at least it's like a dramatic shadow.
We're getting ever so closely to having one of our old pics, aren't we?
Probably. I don't fucking know when we're gonna have an old pick.
I don't either at this point.
Like it did. Like honestly, Go Busters is just kind of episode to episode, so we could just go whenever.
Yeah, I'm kind of noticing that there's not really been arcs.
Yeah,
It's been standalones.
which is what Ghost has been. And some people are like, "This is too fast." And I'm like, you scrubs.
I don't really feel like Ghost is moving that fast, though.
Yeah. I think they could have slowed down a little bit and like spread some of the stuff over across 2 episodes, but
I don't know. I don't really feel like anything has been moving too fast. I feel like it's been decent paced for it. Because, I mean, you're getting the entire look at it. Why space it out? I'm not really seeing a reason to need a 2-episode arc in Ghost. And I'm kind of getting the same thing with Go Busters. It's like, I'm not really seeing a need in it. I mean, if it was something major that needed to be spread out, then yeah, but so far there ain't anything.
Yeah. Well, we'll probably stay to Go Busters next week.
Yep.
Like, I know one of our picks is going to be, like, watching the first 2 episodes of Ghost, but I don't know when we're going to do that.
I don't know either. I know that at some point I'm tempted to bring Ruby on, since Glock has refused to watch it.
But how many episodes of that do we watch?
That's what I'd have to figure out before we did it. That's why I was like, at some point.
Well, let me tell you what the supercuts of Volume 1 and Volume 2 are. To give you an idea, time-wise. Because Netflix has easy-to-go time frames for that.
Didn't realize Rooster Teeth was the playlist on YouTube.
Well, this lets you not do math.
I wasn't planning on doing math. I was planning on doing guess.
Oh. Well, Volume 1's 114 minutes, Volume 2 is 152.
About an hour and a half. For Volume 1. No, that'd be close to
No,
2.
that's closer to 2 hours. Volume 2 is about, like, 2.5 hours. That wouldn't be surprised Volume 3 pushes it up to 3 hours at this point.
I hope.
I think we got 17 minutes off the bat, so...
Yeah. That's why I'm like, I hope.
3 hours.
I hope they keep the same time frame.
I would think if we're gonna watch Ruby, we at least watch through the team forming stuff. I think that might fill an hour. Or at the very least, that's a good cutoff point. Because you end with the super great battle of Team Ruby and Team Juniper versus their respective Grims.
So the first 8 chapters.
Yeah. That might fill an hour. I think. I don't know. I don't know if that's the first hour or not. I know content-wise, that's a perfect view, like perfect sampling of Ruby. Because you get the high, you get the low, you get some action, you get some comedy.
That'd be about an hour.
That could work.
It might be a little over, but it wouldn't be enough to matter.
Yeah.
Because just spitballing it, that would be about an hour. So.
But expect Ruby to be on the show at some point.
Since we decided to, during the recording, figure out how we were going to do that.
We do that all the time. No one should be surprised by this point.
The professionalism.
What professionalism?
Exactly.
So yeah, expect Ruby. We might do that after next week's, just to say, like, we're going to do it after next week's.
Then maybe do Ghost as the next one.
Yeah.
Switch back to it. Never.
Mm-hmm. We might hold on to Ghost until, like, closer to the end of the year. Just so we have that look back of the first 2 episodes after, like, a good chunk of Ghost.
True.
Because right now we're only like, what, 4 episodes in?
Yeah.
I think we were deeper into Gaim before we watched the first 2 episodes of Gaim. I don't think we were for Drive that much, but I want to say we were deeper into Gaim.
I think
Before
we
we
were
watched
with Gaim. I'm almost positive we were with Gaim.
Mhm.
Because I seem to recall that we were at least at the point where we were telling Glock, yeah, look, after you get past the first arc, it gets a lot more intense.
Mhm.
I remember we were doing that.
So we were past like the Christmas episode, I think.
Yeah. That means we were at least 12 episodes in at that point.
I think we hopped like only like 10 episodes in the Drive when we watched the first 2 episodes.
Yeah.
We were super quick to hop on Drive.
Ooh, no, we were closer than that on Drive.
Really?
November 22nd, we did it. So we probably didn't even break the 10 episode mark yet when we did
like
Drive.
5 episodes in then. Damn. We're just like, fuck it, we're just gonna watch Drive. We don't want any look backs on this shit.
Well then.
Let's at least wait longer on Ghosts. So we at
Yeah.
least have more to like look back on and like speculate upon. Let's at least get to like the episode title that has like the second obelisk tease, and it's like, okay. Let's at least try to get somewhere to where Sage is not like hinting at stuff all the time and is like actually doing something.
Here's a concept. Let's do that as the last one for this season.
Ooh.
Then we know we'll have a lot to look back at.
Yeah.
For
Will
those
there be
wondering, we have like a forum that we keep up with this, so I'm putting this in as we're talking about it. That way we don't try to re-talk about this later.
Yeah. That, or, as I'm speculating, Takaru's time limit's going to be out before the end of the season. We do it when his time limit runs out.
That would work.
And whichever one happens first, I guarantee it's going to be the time limit. His time limit's going to run out before the end of the season. I guarantee it.
I don't know, that's what's confusing me because we've only had 11 days pass in 4 episodes.
I know.
It seems like they're trying to stretch that time limit.
Probably, but like,
And I mean,
I don't know if that time limit's going to be the entire show.
if they stretch that time limit, it'll make it the entire show the rate they're going.
Yeah. I mean, you can do something like that, like the Gold and Silver arcs in Pokemon Adventures, like that. We have a time limit in that manga. That's like comparable to Ghost, but I feel like because of all of the Genma stuff, like there's a deeper plot to Ghost that we're only really getting hints and looks at, and since Takaru's focused on, you know, not disappearing forever, the Genma are having to take a side, or like only kind of coming into conflict with him when it's about the icons. Otherwise, they're kind of operating separately. And hell, Spectre proved that someone can be a writer and be alive. Because Spectre's alive. Like, he's not dead.
I think what we're going to wind up having is the first... I really don't want to call it first half, but at least the first quarter of the show is going to be the road to Takaru getting his life back. And then at that point's when we're going to get the plot. Like, he's still going to be Ghost after he is revived. It's just a case of he ain't going to be all the way Ghost Man like he is right now.
Yeah, and he had, like, focused more on the whole Gamma thing, because right now he's not.
Right. And I think at that point's probably when we're going to start seeing Spectre be more focused on gathering the icons.
Yeah.
As opposed to trying to help figure out what's going on. Until eventually he's going to be forced to help.
Yeah. I mean, hell, we haven't even got the names for our fucking 2 main villains in the show. They have names outside the show. Like the not toothless guy's Alan, apparently. I don't know what the other guy's name is. But they have names, it's just we've never gotten them in the show, and I'm like, alright, Toothless and Pretty Boy? I don't know what the fuck to call you. But yeah, that's what makes me think that this time limit's not gonna last the entire show, is that we are obviously hinting at bigger things in this show that are not tied to this time limit.
That's what's funny, though. I feel like that time limit's still gonna be there for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't... If he gets his life back, I don't understand why the time limit would still be a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So... I don't know. And it seems like they're putting far more emphasis on the time limit than they are on the fact that he's got to get the 15 icons.
Yeah.
So that's making me think that there's some other significance behind this time limit.
Yeah.
Maybe Sage... Okay, here's something I just thought about. Maybe Sage is telling him the truth, but not all the truth.
Well, that would be him at this point.
Maybe he would, in fact, be dead after the 99 days, but it wouldn't be because of the fact he didn't get the 15 icons. It would be because of what the Ganma are doing.
That's a possibility. Because it seems like Sage and Yurisen are very focused on getting the icons over anything else. Like, Yurisen's like, oh yeah, that city's falling, but you need to go get Nobunaga.
Yeah.
And I'm like, city dropping out of the sky? Like, that doesn't... okay.
That's not a problem at all, really. I mean...
I'm like, these two are too fucking suspicious at this point to me to go, oh yeah, they're just here to help Takaru. No, they're fucking not. They have ulterior motives for this bullshit. Sage has lied to him too many times already.
Well... Some of it not so much lie as it is hold the truth back. That's why I kind of am wondering if maybe that's the case. Maybe that time limit isn't necessarily on his life, but just on life in general.
This is like Buckle all over again, where we're like, yeah, there's something up with Buckle because he keeps lying. And that didn't pay off to anything too major, but it did show a lot of Bono, or I was about to say Bono, not Bono, Buckle's character. Of why he did hide stuff all the time from Tamari. It's because he wasn't really that trusting of Tamari.
But you think too, within all the stuff he was hiding stuff that Bono had done.
Mm-hmm.
So in a sense, we really had a lot of the major plot of the show hide until the end.
Yeah, which seems like Ghost is doing again. Because I feel because it's like, oh yeah, we have this monolith here that's totally not a plot point. Even though it bears fucking Ghost symbol on it. And we have a second episode, or we have an episode upcoming that's like, oh, the second monolith. And it's like, oh, that's totally not going to be a monolith that has fucking Spectre's icon on it, is it?
Nah, not
but
at
I'm sure there's not
all.
a third monolith because we have a third fucking writer coming in, Necron. I'm like, I'm sorry, but fucking... Look, there's shit going on here. I know there is. I can smell it. That's what's got me invested a lot in Ghost 2. Is you've got the hints there for the bigger plot, and I see them. I see what you're doing. I'm here. I'm along for this ride. I just hope we don't take the entire season to get there.
Seriously.
Because at least we didn't get the entire season to get the fucking Bono. We only got half the season to get the Bono. Didn't we? I swear Bono was half season.
Yeah. But they kind of spaced it out right there when he first was really brought into the picture.
Yeah, but they did slow burn on his reveal.
Yeah.
Which made it great, because it's oh, well, I guess Bono's here to help us. he helped us. He saved Tamari. But I guess he's a good guy. Wait, oh, shit. Well, he's that kind of, well, no one saw this one coming, except Buckle, who was slowly being won over by Bono.
Very slowly. Because he was always kind of at that, you're a dick. Why do we trust you again?
Bono literally won over everyone except the person that he originally fucked over. And even then, he wasn't like, oh, he's totally not gonna, maybe he is changing. Like, that was the beauty of Bono's heel turn, of like, it was slow enough burn to where it's like, yeah, he is a good guy. And then we're like, he was never a good guy. The fuck were you expecting? Like, this dude's been bad since before the Roid Mutes. Like, he's the entire reason the Roid Mutes are assholes. I don't think they're gonna do that with Sage, but
I don't
very
either, but it's obvious that they've took some pages out of Drive for Sage.
Mm-hmm. I have a feeling like Sage is a Buckle who has very much ulterior motives, to be honest. Like, instead of Buckle being like, oh, I'm here to help the Roid, like, help you out, like, Sage is like, yeah, I'm gonna give you the belt, and I'm gonna give you an icon, but I have other more important shit that I'm going to do, and I'm gonna use you to get to it.
And I'm just gonna drop you random hints as to what's going on.
Yeah, his whole like, oh, I know what icons are coming next. Oh, bullshit.
He knows all of them.
Yeah.
It's a case of that's the ones he's wanting Takaru to find.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Takaru just so happens is going to be looking into an icon that his father looked into.
Yeah.
Kind of. I'm like, okay. Can we just accept the fact that Takaru's father is somehow involved in all this? Like, I assume he got killed by Genma. They never stated what killed him, but I assume it's Genma.
I would have to assume the same. I've kind of thought the same all the way through it. It's like, yeah.
I mean, I assume Genesis is going to reveal more about how Takaru's dad died.
Maybe.
Assumingly. Well, we know Takaru's going to go back and try to save his father. And we're going to be interacting with him throughout the movie. So, I assume at some point we're going to be like, we're going to get at least some, like, additional hint as to what happened. That's my assumption.
What if the reason for them going back is simply to put a close to that? You know what?
Well, the entire reason they're going back is Da Vinci's plot.
And maybe because of that, they wind up getting to go back and he gets to avenge his father because of that.
Possibly. Because, again, we don't know who killed Takaru's father. We assume Genma, but we don't know which. Like, only thing we know for certain with Genesis is that Da Vinci is the one who orchestrates them going back in time. He's the one that orchestrates them going back. And somehow putting Takaru into the situation to save his father is a trap. So that means either Da Vinci wants Takaru to literally unmake his current self, because if Takaru's father's still alive, he probably will not become Ghost. So any good he did gets undone.
True.
Which might include possibly Tamari not getting killed by a Genma.
True. Well then.
Although I do like that in all the trailers I've seen, Tamari's the one that's trying to hold Takaru back from being like, don't fuck with the timeline, man. Don't do it.
Well, to be fair, he does kind of know what screwing with timelines can do.
Right. I just love that it'd be great if it's like a little nod to Surprise Future of like, yeah, Tamari has experience with time travel, just on the other end of it.
Yeah.
He knows what happens when you fuck with time.
Nothing good ever happens.
Right. Except he just, managed to prevent a dystopian future. Only because of kind of looking into it. Anyway, we should probably end.
We probably should.
So, next week, more Go Busters as we continue to watch this little Spec Ops team continue their adventures. And then we'll eventually get to see, like, the first, 8 chapters of Ruby. And Glock can finally experience Ruby for the first time.
And after we turn him on to it, I have a funny feeling he will splurge watch all the rest of them and catch up to us in a matter of a day.
Well, it's not like it's that hard to binge watch Ruby.
I know. That's why I said in like a matter of a day, because I managed to do it in about a day.
Yeah. I did it in 2 days because I did Volume 1 one day, Volume 2 the next.
It was one of those I had nothing better to do, so I turned it on and I sat there and watched it all.
What's bad is I fixed my bag of popcorn for Volume 3. The fucking episode was done before I finished it.
Well, that's what you figured.
Wait, no. I was done with my popcorn for the episode was finished.
Oh, yeah. I could see that.
Yeah. It's like, god damn it.
It did run a little longer.
Mm-hmm. Finals, which the fucking final match is this weekend. Probably will have aired by the time you see this. If SKT wins, I'm gonna be like, well, we all saw that one coming. Hopefully it's not a fucking stomp fest, because if it is, fantastic. That's the most interesting final ever. It's just like last year's finals, where it was just a monstrous stomp. Like, I don't mean to sound bad when I say that. All I'm gonna say is, a competitive match is far more entertaining to watch than a fucking squash. And last year's World Finals was a squash. It was. Like, all the credit in the world to Samsung White for, playing masterfully. But if there's not that much competition, it's not that interesting. It's not. At least not for a casual viewer. For the really hardcore fans, yes, there's interesting stuff to watch as they, rip apart a team masterfully. Wait a minute, what? Oh.
What?
Apparently there's a month time skip after this episode of Ghost.
Okay.
They're retroactively fixing it.
So then, that will mean that literally this episode had to happen after the... immediately after the crossover then.
Yep.
Which links the time then.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at least they fixed that.
Yeah.
We still don't know where it came from, though.
By the way, we're going to be down to 57 days. See, my theory's coming through. We went from 88 to 57 in the course of 2 episodes.
But the question is, are we going to be going from 57 to 55 in the next 2 or not?
Maybe.
I mean, if they will get it on track and make it line up right, then they could get it to stay, but I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But We should probably end it before we get off on something else.
Yes, so that'll do it for.
Wrap it up, Salon.
Currently probably asleep, Tommy Gun 2442. I'm Peace2448 saying goodnight, everybody. We'll see you on the next round of games and Drift Tracks. Peace out.
Don't forget to check out the links at the top and the bottom and the annotations. Also, for those on the mobile, you can find all the links in the description below. Till next time.